Good evening and welcome to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over the world. And it's just gone past 10 o'clock on a Monday night, and Arsenal lost to Sheffield United. When I did put out my initial review, uh, in the end, I did say it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I was really clutching at straws. As much as I can say that Chris Wilder, Sheffield United are very stingy. They don't concede too many goals at home. The performance from Arsenal and the lineup, to me, it was negative. Negative in, negative out. You can't expect to put negative, how can I say, well, have a lineup based on defensive minded players or philosophy which is going to be defensive minded and expect the team to go out and roll over the likes of Sheffield United. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'll put up buzzwords, like international break, hangover blues in my preview, but I just couldn't see Arsenal winning or beating Sheffield United. I couldn't see it happening. And it's a real shame. It's a real shame. And so maybe for the second or third time this season, Unai Emery, this has to land at your doorstep. It has to land at your doorstep. Again, you cannot have players, who are negative minded. So many times I saw the play between the players. There was no positivity. No players looking to take or assume the responsibility and going forward. What I saw was a lot of players just, pinging the ball left to right at such a slow pace that it was unbelievable. Chris Wilder and Sheffield United are such a well-drilled team. The player who eventually scored was his first goal for Sheffield United. I don't remember his name, but again, if you promote negativity, you're going to get negativity back. As much as I hated this performance, I still back Unai Emery. I still back him. But he got this one so wrong. Where was Kieran Tierney? Where was Rob Holding? Where was Torreira? Those players, I mean, Danny Tobias should have started for me because you want Arsenal to set the pace. That is the only way that we could have won this game. If we had set the pace, put Sheffield United on the back foot. But it didn't happen that way. The first 5-10 minutes, we just couldn't get a hold on the ball. Willock, he was lost. Absolutely lost. There was nothing up front for Aubameyang. Nothing at all. Xhaka was taken off, and I didn't think he had a bad game. I don't think he had a bad game. But there was just nothing there. Nothing. Until Danny Tobias came and tried to grab hold of the game. But you know what? By then, it was too late. It's too late. When you're in first or second gear, it's difficult to go up into the gears. Really, really difficult. But again, Unai Emery, this defeat lands at your door. This was made in your hands, made by you, and therefore you have to assume responsibility for this. And even if, Nicolas Pepe had scored the goal there, it would have been undeserving because we didn't turn up. We just didn't turn up. Where was Torreira? Where was Danny Tobias? They should have started. Where was Tierney? Where was Rob Holding? If you really want to make a statement of intent, Unai Emery, You've got to start to play our best 11. Horses for courses. I mean, Sheffield United, they came out, they didn't give us any space at all. Any space at all. And part of it was down to our own doing, because we passed on the ball so slowly. Give them time to get back into formation. I saw 2 banks of 4. Wherever we were, they shifted from left to right. Didn't give us any space because we moved the ball so slow. So slow. And again, with the pairing of Socrates and David Luiz, they do not have any communication. They do not trust either one of them, either one of themselves. They're so untrusting. And of course, it gives the defense, the jitters. There's no communication there at all. So personally, I would take out Socrates and I would take out David Luiz, because David Luiz, when he gets the ball, he slows the game down. He slows the game down. That is not the Arsenal way. But again, if you're going to play negativity, Unai Emery, you can't expect the team to give you positivity. That it just doesn't. It doesn't work that way. So we've lost by just looking at the team sheet there. We've lost. There I'm, clutching at straws, thinking the most we can get is a draw, and we couldn't even get that done. Couldn't even get that done. But then the questions are going to be asked, Unai Emery. I mean, I don't know what you're going to say at your press conference about where was, Kieran Tierney? Where was Rob Holding? Where was Lucas Torreira? Even though I know he was at international duty, but these guys would have given you the forward motion, the positivity going forward. Go to Bramall Lane and make a statement of intent. But it didn't happen. Again, the game just went by Willock. It was like, see you later. And then you've put on Lacazette. Well, I understand. I mean, personally, you should have started Lacazette. And there are going to be some of you out there saying, oh, well, hindsight is a wonderful thing. But Lacazette, for me, should have started, and then he should have been taken off. You've got to start quickly. Put these teams on the back foot from the get-go. And I didn't see that. I just saw the players, again, not one player wanted to assume responsibility. Nothing at all. Nothing. So if you put in negativity, you're going to get out negativity. It can't be a positivity. Let me just quickly get into the chat before I continue. It's just kind of blowing up here. Excuse me. Dear. Ugandan Knuckles. Hey, Ugandan Knuckles. A long time. I haven't been on the channel. And you say, I'll put it up on the screen here, Pepe is not worth 70 million. Not worth 70 million? Should have put that away. Should have put that chance away there. I mean, the first 5 or 10 minutes, he started out the blocks very, very quickly. I mean, he had the chance when he didn't have the chance, but he crossed the ball for Aubameyang, and Aubameyang was maybe just a few steps, behind the pace there. But evening, Josie. Ziyech over Pepe, Saud. This from the beginning. I said this from the beginning. Toba finish. Only dribbles around like a chicken. The guy only dribbles. I guess, you know what? If I'm going to hold up Unai Emery for the blame, then I have to hold up certain players for the blame as well, because it's a collective entity, isn't it? It's just not any one person. Ah, dearie me. Muset, he had although of good chance. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there. Good evening, Sanjay. Welcome back onto our channel for it. It's just absolutely. It's a mess, isn't it? Absolute mess. We're just giving freebies away, and again, the player who eventually scored for them, it was his first goal in his first match, I think, for him, for Sheffield United. I think Christmas has come early again. Could have had a hat trick. Yes, he could have. He could have. Hey, Josie and Knuckles, Ray has come into the chat. Well, we both got our predictions wrong, didn't we, Ray? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Again, Shaka did not have a bad game. I thought he had an okay game. It wasn't his worst game there. He gave away a silly free kick, and you're going to get that with Granit Xhaka. But I didn't think he had a bad game. Back, what exactly? Style, philosophy, non-existent? Yes. Well, the philosophy or the style, I think tonight was to defend, wasn't it? You look at the team there, Guendouzi, you got Guendouzi, don't get me started. The setup was all wrong. Arsenal are not a defensive team. We are an attacking team, Unai Emery, please. I repeat, where was Tierney? Ceballos should have started from the get-go. From the get-go. Hakim Ziyech would have already got 7 goals and 5 assists, but no Emery goes for someone. Let's be honest. We don't need. Would have elected him at Leo for 1 more year. I just think it's as much as as an Arsenal fan, you want your team to win, but I just couldn't see Arsenal winning off the back of the international break, out away form. We're a team stuttering. We haven't found any kind of form there. Thank God for Aubameyang, who's got us out of so many holes there. So many times he's put out, the win or the draw for us. But we can't rely on just one player. Unai Emery, you've got to start to play your best 11. It's not good enough. And I'm your ardent supporter. And I'm saying to you, it's not good enough. Even Ray, another bad day at the office. The office. I think the office and the business is going to be closed for business for quite a while. Don't worry, so Europa League is obviously our priority, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. What are we 9 games in now, aren't we? No. We're just less of a quarter into the season, and you're already saying that Europa League is our priority. That shouldn't be the case. Shouldn't be the case. Hey, Arsenal fan circle. Yep. Not good enough. Sony says, I'm not backing Emery no more. Listen, each to their own. Each to their own. I'm going to back him still. So what do you want? We're going to bring in another coach or manager. And he shifts the players out that he don't want. And we've began the same cycle. Because Emery's come in, he's shifted the players that he doesn't want out and bring the players that he does want in. We're bringing a new coach. The new coach is going to do the same thing. He's going to shift out the players he doesn't want. We might not get or secure top 4. We shift him out after 2 seasons. We get another coach in. No. Ray, we can afford to prioritize. Dear. Josie, Donka, good evening, brother. Screw up end of season, then prioritize Europa, then doesn't turn up in the final. Yeah, again, Ray, I can't go for that. We're going to prioritize Europa League. Got to do the business in our own league. Really. I thought Saka should have been taken off. He didn't have the greatest of games there. Yeah, there was this thing about did he dive? No, he didn't dive. He didn't dive. I've seen the replays, and you guys know I hate VAR. The first 5-10 minutes, we've got a corner. Socrates is clearly pulled back. Why wasn't that referred to VAR? But again, I don't want to make excuses for the way that Arsenal played. I don't want to make excuses. The fact that Pepe didn't score, we didn't get the decision, for the pullback on Socrates. Let's not make excuses. The performance was rubbish, absolutely rubbish, not good enough. Being sarcastic, Chelsea. Okay. Huge amount of people must now turn on Emery tonight. Oh well, tonight, even before the match, Ray, I saw Twitter getting to meltdown once the 11 was announced there. I'm just going to go through all the chats here. Ray, I can't tell what jokes, etc. With us fan base fans still saying give Emery time, but yeah. So I'm not. It's not a joke. We've got to stick by this guy. We've got to stick by him, man. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Don't win you games. But if Pepe has scored that goal there and we got the penalty, would you guys still be saying that now? The chances were there. The chances were there, Josie. And we just weren't clinical enough. We weren't clinical enough. And those are the minimal margins. That when you got players who are willing to fight for the badge, as Gabriel Martinelli does, running his guts out. If you've got the majority of the players with that mentality, that's a positive thing. It's not negative. But if you've got less than half the team not willing to run their guts out, scared to take responsibility, then it's a negative effect. That's all I've got to say. And then you come back with he doesn't have a clue. Emery does not know the best 11. That's all of us can see. He doesn't have a philosophy either. Okay. Josh, I'm done with Emery now. Wow. Okay. 10 games in, Ray, and you're saying that you're done with Unai Emery. I'm not with you on that narrative, Ray. I'm going to give the guy time, really. Even if you don't know your best 11, have a game plan or philosophy. Start Tierney, Torreira, and Lacazette, and that's what I said from the start. That the questions will be asked of Unai Emery. Why didn't you start these players? There could be a case that Lacazette, it would be his first game back, but then play him the first half and then take him off. Don't put him on literally when we're fighting. We're literally fighting to get into the game, and we're just stuck in second gear. Start your best 11. That chance was needed. Yes, it was. If Pepe had scored that, who knows? But again, woulda, coulda, shoulda, don't win you games. They don't win you games. It's as simple as that. Anyone who's just coming onto Channel 42 for the first time and watching this rant that I'm giving out there, I did say I want to take it easier because my initial prediction was a 1-1 draw based on the international break, the team not firing on all cylinders still, Pepe still, not finding his feet. And lo and behold, it's true. It's true. But anyway, if you've seen Channel 42 for the first time, hopefully not for the last time, and you like what you see and hear, Make sure you do us a favor and subscribe to the channel now. Yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button now, and also hit the bell notification button too, so you can receive all the latest and greatest news right here. Yes, right here on Canon 4A TV. And also come into the chat. If you want to barter with me and wind me up even more, I might just cut the live stream now. But let's go into the last of the chats here. I'm not turning against him, but he doesn't show anything worth holding on to or why he should stay. All right, what did we create? Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. You're right, and that's what I said. We didn't create anything because you look at the 11, and it was primed not to show any kind of progressiveness, i.e., creating chances, because there was no creative player. The creative player that he brought on was Dennis Tobias, and by then we were already up against it. So again, like I said from the get-go, we have to blame Unai Emery for that. But does that mean I'm gonna down tools and want him out? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You can't blame the players for the performance. That all falls down to Emery. He's clueless. Okay, so the common census seems that you guys, all of you, there's 8 of you watching the live stream now. Do all of you want Unai Emery out of our club? Is that the narrative that we're going for? Come on, guys, come into the chat now and tell me. Do you want Unai Emery out of the club now? And then who are we going to appoint? And then we begin this cycle. Yeah? That we've got a new coach. He ships out half the team. Yeah, we don't get, top 4. 2 more years down the line, we get rid of him. So as of now, are you guys telling me you want Unai Emery out of Arsenal? Come into the chat and tell me. Right, and then Ray saying, Knuckles, Chelsea, we are wasting the best years of Alba and Laka, and we risk losing these players. We've wasted over half a decade of hundreds of thousands of pounds and decline. Yeah, so it's just not now. It's not just now. I can feel my blood boiling now. David Lewis is enjoying his holiday at Arsenal. Didn't look serious in any of the match. Am I the only one who can see that? David Lewis is not serious. You've got a young boy, Guendouzi, passing the ball to him so many times, saying, you know what, you bring the ball up because my back is facing the wrong way. You're facing that way. Take the ball, lead the ball, bring the ball out, and just passing the ball back to Guendouzi. Am I the only one thinking that? Right, you said I don't. So are you saying that you don't want him to be shipped out, Unai Emery? You don't want him to leave the club? Chelsea is playing better than us. Well, they have to. They have to. They've got, literally almost all their players are young, hungry players. They've got nothing to lose. They've got nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. They've won the Europa League. We haven't. We're still fighting for that. And we're playing worse than last season. But guys, come on. We're less than a quarter into the season, the second season. And already, guys, you're jumping ship. How do you become worse in your second season with money spent on and winners added? All right. Well, yeah, I was being sarcastic. Okay. Well, all right. Thank you for that. It's just not a night to be sarcastic, Ray, because I think Tempers are boiling over and emotions are flowing over as well. So as much I understand that, but yeah, we'll move on. I've got my brother, my hair from Arsenal fan circle. Alex, what the was that? Wingers. Agent David and Agent Jack. I tell you what, David Lewis doesn't give a flying. He doesn't care, man. He doesn't care. Matty Newham, Matty, good evening. If you're new to Cannon Foyer TV, make sure you subscribe to Cannon Foyer TV. Even my mum can score Pepe's chance. Yeah, I mean my grandmother as well. She's been dead for 20 odd years, but dearie me, we are worse than last season. Josie, I don't know if you could do me a favor. Can you tell us at this point last season? Where were we in the table? Were we better off or were we worst off? So if anyone can tell me, this time last season, after 10 games in the Premier League, were we worst off or were we better off? Well, even if Pepe did score, if it would, what did we create after? And that's what I said. I said, even if he did score, we weren't at the races anyway. There was nothing else there. There was nothing else there. And why is Torreira not starting anymore? Why? The only thing I can think of is that he was on international duty. That's the only thing I can think of. Apart from that, I can't answer that question. Ugandan Knuckles. Your guess is as good as mine. Why wasn't Torreira? Why didn't he start? This game was primed for him. We're creating no clear-cut chances. Yeah, I know. I know. Alex Oba and Laka are being wasted. So, do you think they will look to leave Arsenal? Yeah, I know. Yeah, chances. I know there were no chances. That's what I said. We had a couple of shots on goal. The Pepe one, Ceballos had one, I think, as well. But apart from that, I can't. I'm scratching my head thinking there were no clear-cut chances. Oh, and as well, Shaka had the long-range shot. But yeah, you just mean what I've just said there. Yeah, I didn't see no clear-cut chances. Am I blind? Oh, my goodness. Extremely defensive starting 11, extremely late subs. No Torreira, Ceballos, Ozil, Tierney, WTF. Emery is going to get himself sacked. Pepe is really disappointing. Yes, but like I said, it's elements. The wrong starting 11, the chance is not taken, the player's not assuming responsibility. All those elements there. Again, all that is going to land on Unai Emery's doorstep. Well, and Joseph's saying, I respect Emery as a person, his passion, courage he puts into the youngsters, but it's more to the game than just fielding 11 players. And the funny thing is, I'm not sure if you guys actually watch behind the scenes. The uploads at Arsenal, their website, they upload from time to time to show you the players going through their drills during the training, and you wonder what's happened to all of those drills and training that they actually do when they're preparing for a game. What's happened to all that there? Come game time, it's just it's non-existent. Wilder was genius today. You know what? I got pillared. Well, I didn't get pillared, but I put out a comment on Twitter today, and I said that Chris Wilder, he's done absolute wonders with Sheffield United there. And as much as I thought going up to Sheffield on a Monday night and where it could maybe, be rainy and cold, that aside, the way Chris Wilder sets up his team, he's an absolute genius. He's done fantastic. And the person said, well, I'm not making excuses. Stop making excuses for Arsenal. I wasn't making an excuse. I was just giving the guy props that there are not many teams that can go to Sheffield and score many goals. They're very, very stingy on the goals against. And yeah, as Matty says, Wilder was a genius today. You get a knuckles. You are a wise man. I like it, bro. Hey, you're gonna knuckles. The check will be in the post, man. Thank you very much for your kind words. Unless you're being sarcastic. I want Emery out because Emery made Xhaka captain. He chose worst line every time. After one full season, he doesn't field his best 11. He doesn't even speak English. Players don't understand. Well, again, that is something I've seen in Twitter. I can't quantify that. That the fact that the players don't understand his instructions. The players have to assume responsibility. Unai Emery, in his first press conference for Arsenal, his English was not that good. His English has improved. It's improved. But you know what? The point you make about his best 11. Why doesn't he play his best 11? The best 11 is there. Laka. For me, it should be in the 11, the first 11. There's a argument for either Saka or Martinelli to be in the first 11. Pepe, for me, should be dropped. Let him play in the Europa League. Let him be the main man in Europa League games there. Let him muster up some kind of confidence there because he's clearly lost his confidence. Now, whether that's to do with him being not used properly in the formations there or not, but for me personally, I would not play Pepe. Drop him. Let him play. Let him find himself in the Europa League where he can find some form. Let him be the main man there. Who else would form part of the first 11? Aubameyang, Tierney, Bellerin. Bellerin is still not up to speed. Centre backs, Holding, Chambers, Ceballos, Torreira. There's the 11 there. So unless I'm missing something, Unai Emery, please tell me. Come into the chat and tell me, Unai Emery. And I think Mahir, I think you hit the nail on the head. For me, I'm more heartbroken than I am upset. I was trying to gear myself up, even though I predicted 1-1, because no fan wants their team to lose. I predicted 1-1. I was trying to gear myself up, and the end result is that we've lost away from home again. We couldn't keep a clean sheet, and it's left me with a feeling of being more heartbroken than anything else. And so there's going to be a lot of fans getting onto Unai Emery's back, and he's brought it on himself. But as an Arsenal fan, yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I'm more heartbroken than anything else. It's so sad to watch the team play like this. Yeah, yeah. Your little emoji. Yeah, really, really sad and heartbreaking to see them play. I know you said, you guys already said that we're wasting, Laka and Aubameyang's years at Arsenal, the way that we're playing there. But you've got to remain positive. Because just when you think Arsenal, you know what, they can't, you know, beat, you know, maybe a top 4 team, they will just surprise you. Send your knuckles, Chelsea. Shout out to everyone. Thank you for that. Just going to go through the last few chats here. 100 million strike force going to waste another 3rd year to finish outside top 4. Not make Champions League, but Chelsea, we're not even. We're just 1 game off being, you know, 1/3 of the season done. The season is not. We're not even halfway yet. The season is not done yet. Don't down tools. I'm begging you guys, don't down tools. Get behind the team. Get behind the coach for all his faults there. Come on, guys. Arsenal, Alex, are we better this season than last? That's what I've asked. If someone can check, at this time last year, were we better off or were we worse off this time last season? Okay, the last few. And this is something I don't want to see. I don't want to see Mourinho at Arsenal. One of the positives about Unai Emery is that he gives youth a chance. You see Mourinho's time at Manchester United and Chelsea. Did he give the youth a chance? No, he didn't. We would never see the likes of Saka, Martinelli, Willock at Arsenal if it were not for Unai Emery. So Mourinho, no thanks. Give Emery a chance. Play Lundberg. Marcus, thank you very much for that. No, I'm still backing Unai Emery, but he's making it super hard for himself. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I probably saw one tweet at halftime, and someone was saying that with Unai Emery, he's so much like Arsene Wenger, that he's so single-minded, he's so hard-headed, so stubborn that he can't see the wood through the trees. Would it be of his own downfall? We'll have to wait and see. But we're only approaching 1/3 of the season. 38 games in the season, league games in the season there. So don't talk to me about downing tools. Come on, guys. I'm not saying Emery out. I want him to turn it around, but he doesn't show me why I should be convinced. So that's a good argument there, Josie. I can go for that. The philosophy, the mentality, the formation, the drills. And you know what, as well, I would probably drop Leno. I would drop Leno because, again, the goalkeeper, it's not the forwards, it's not the midfield, it's not the defense. The goalkeeper sets the tone. Clearly, Sheffield United were up on us, and you're still looking to play the ball out from the back. You're still trying to invite the pressure on us. So you rolled out the ball to David Luiz. David Luiz is he's not looking to pin the ball. He's squaring the ball back to Leno. You're inviting pressure on us. So personally, I would drop Leno for Martinez. In the moment, in the game, Martinez, he reads the game. He reads the situation. That now is not the right time to play the ball short. Now is not the right time to play the ball out from the back. I'm going to hit it long. When you've got Sheffield United pushing up on us, and you've got Aubameyang, who's one of the fastest strikers, ping the ball long, mix it up a bit. Leno, he's not good at reading the in-game situation. So I would drop Leno, I would drop Pepe, put Pepe in the Europa League, let him gather up some kind of confidence. Saka, for me, I would give Martinelli a go now. Again, look at the last 10 minutes when he came on there. What's he thinking about? Is he thinking about passing the ball backwards? He's thinking about going forwards. Ceballos is thinking about going forwards. Those are the players that we need at Arsenal. That even if the manager or the coach has told them, let's defend, that's not the Arsenal way. The Arsenal way is to attack, go forward, take the fight, take the challenge to the opposition. My little rant there. And Ray has, like I said, the defeat is on Emery. It is. All right. Just before I go for the last few chats here, again, if you're just coming into Cannon 42 for the first time, you're not seeing this platform before, you like what you see and what you hear. Like what you hear, the rant. It's a rant. Well, anyway, if you like what you see and hear, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell as well, so you can receive all the latest and greatest news on Cannon 48 TV. Mondays, we usually have the fan comments where I go through all the comments. And I think the comments for the next fan comments is going to be hot, real hot. Wednesdays, we've got the voice of reason with my brother giving his own take on Arsenal. And I think Wednesday is going to be a hot one as well. And this coming Friday, we have the Easy Talk, where we have a panel of guests talking about Arsenal. Yeah, at 7 p.m. I think we're going to have Glenn, the colourful American, and we're going to have IG as well. And I think one more guest, we're still waiting for him to confirm. But yeah, that's it. So for the last time this evening, let's go into the chat. And I'll give this one to Ray. Why is Emery picking Socrates and Lewis as first choice? Yeah, for me, there's no synergy between the two. There's no connection there. One doesn't trust the other. And I think it's more as Socrates doesn't trust David Luiz. And he's probably thinking, secret agent David Luiz, who's come from Chelsea. It's like Emery sets his team up the way you play FIFA. Foreign players with... it could be. It could be. It could be. And Luca says Emery out now. Again, I've just said, Lucas, Luca, we're not even one quarter of the season in, and you guys are already down tools. You're already calling for blood on the dance floor, and you want Unai Emery out. I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that narrative. As I've followed Arsenal over 30 years, and this is not good. Ray, I've followed Arsenal for 41 years. And trust me, I have seen some bad times. Terry Neal. Yeah, Terry Neal back in the day. We couldn't get rid of him. Yeah, Bruce Rioch as well, in recent memory, a lot of the youngsters won't remember that. But 41 years of supporting Arsenal, I've seen some bad times. So again, the first season, we're 1 point off the top 4. We made it to the Europa League Cup final. Second season in, less than 10 games in, you guys are already talking, about the coach. You're done with Unai Emery. Sorry, I can't go for that. We are definitely better. We started to find the supposed 22 unbeaten run around this time. Okay, Josie. Okay, thank you for those stats there. Thank you very much. That 22 run was overstated, including multiple draws and a few wins. And as well, some games that really, like I said, we should have lost. One that comes to mind is Leicester City, where we drew, and Wolves. And then in return games, we lost against Wolves. And we lost against Leicester. So, yeah. And Europa games as well. Yeah, heartbroken, man. Heartbroken. I think Unai prefers a system that has Xhaka in it, and Torreira should leave if he doesn't get play time. I don't want to ruin his career. here if he gets benched always. And I think Traoré is the kind of player who wouldn't want to stay on the bench. He should be in the first team. Should be in the first team. He played Xhaka and Traoré last season, but it's more to be the game than just selection. We had 21 points this time last season. 15 points in 9 Premier League games. Worst start in 5 years. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you very much. Because I wanted to know, at this time last season, where were we? And you guys have pinpointed we were better off. But that papered over the cracks. It's not being played in preferred position. Well, at this point in time, not being he hasn't been played, has he? Guino's absolutely fantastic. Love to watch him play. Expect more from him. Didn't have the best of games. Again, I just saw a lot of this side-to-side play. And it's only when Lacazette came on and Aubameyang switched to the left. It's like in his mind, you can see the light came on. Oh, I should be driving the ball forwards. Don't wait. Don't wait for that. Look, in not ranting or fuming, I'm just speaking from a logical point. Human being, I don't want to see anyone being fired, but he doesn't show any reasoning to why what he does. No, I've said that. We've already said on other platforms, Josie, that the philosophy. What is his philosophy? Again, you would look at the drills and the training videos, behind the scenes. They're practicing something, but when it comes to game time, it's not clear and present what they've been doing, in the training sessions. So I've said that. Uh-oh. The Ozil saga making him look worse. Training session doesn't seem to be helping when it comes down to the day of actual games. Yeah, we're going to see how that one plays out anyway. I'm seeing Orba on the wing crossing the ball to midgets. Oh dear. Considering we do not have the bottle to take advantage of rivals dropping points. Yeah. But I could have foretold you that. I said, my prediction 1-1. I couldn't see Arsenal winning this game. There's no way. No way. And lo and behold, we didn't get 1 point. We didn't get anything at all. Right, guys, going to go to the last few chats here. Go for best part of like almost 50 minutes. I'm not down on tools. I'm 100% behind this guy, believe it or not. I'm just questioning he was doing things and whether it's effective enough for getting results. But Emery isn't doing the youngsters any favors as well, because he's fielding them but asking them to create something out of nothing. And what's wrong with that? That's how you have to try and create. That's how we win games. Trying to create something. But there was no creativity. There was nothing there. There was no link. Everything was back, side, back, slow, back, David Luiz. There was nothing there. Mourinho gives chances to young players. Rashford, Lingard. But I don't want him at Arsenal. Yeah, I agree. I don't want him at Arsenal. I don't want him anywhere near the red and white of Arsenal. Thank you very much. David Luiz, he's the clown. Yes, he is. But that's Emery telling them to do that. Yes, yeah. But again, it has to start with playing and fielding your best 11 and having some kind of philosophy and mentality there. I don't care the fact that we got into third place because the teams above us, were rubbish. I don't care about that those stats there. But Unai Emery, now you've got almost all your preferred 11 to hand. You've almost got all the tools there. So use the tools. Use the tools, please. Don't try to be a plumber when an electrician is needed, or vice versa. If a plumber is needed to fix a plumbing job, get a plumber. Don't get an electrician. Come with that. Martinez would do the same thing if Emery demands it. No, he would. No, he wouldn't. No, he would not. You look how you played in the Europa League games when clearly the players were in the area hoping to receive the ball, and he said, "Nah, go up." Martinez would not do the same thing as Leno. So for me, I would drop Leno. Now we've got players competing in almost all the positions there. And look who's coming to the chat. Alex, my guy. Hey, Mube. I'm about to wrap up the live stream, man. What you saying now, man? Raul moves on our expensive wingers. Emery has been forced to use youth. I don't think he believes in youth. He does believe in youth. He does, Ray. Anyone who says the contrary, I can't agree with that. He does believe in youth. And he said that in his press conference. He said it so many times. As your manager. Nah, Mube, man. He's our coach. He's not a manager. He is our coach because he's the coach of Arsenal FC. Yeah, don't try and put the blame on me, man. That's our coach. He's not the manager. That's Emery demanding they do that at all costs. It's Emery's way, unfortunately. Yep. Emery has mandated playing out from the back. Yes, he has. But like I say, you know, with Martinez in the Europa League, you would see there, even at Sunday Liège, you know, some of the players were asking for the ball in the penalty area. So he said, no, go up. Now's not the right time. Go, I'm going to hit it long. Gunnar Glenn. Oh, how we respect Gunnar Glenn. Gunnar Glenn, tell me your opinion, man. And why were we tippy-tappy the ball around in our own half? It just beggars belief, Glenn. Really, really beggars belief. Emery thinks play out from the back results always to a goal. The guy's clueless. Playing out from the back was more effective last season as well. Was it not? Yeah, but I'm not a fan of us playing out from the back. Horses for courses. Doesn't just because you can play out from the back doesn't mean that you always have to play out from the back. Again, you know, Sheffield United, they weren't stupid. You know, Chris Wilder wasn't silly. When you got them pushing up, that's not the time to play out from the back. I'm supporting Arsenal since 1975. So yeah. So you've probably seen even worse times than me. I mean, what 77, 78, Glenn. So I've seen some bad times. I remember bad times. 71. After that, those barren years. And I just a year before, 78, and then I saw FA Cup 79, which is known as the 5-minute final. So, before that period of time, there were some real bad times there. Okay, Alex, this is the last chat. 100 chats later. It's okay. This is the last chat. Yeah, sorry. It's just that there's just so much to be said. He'll be going for 55 minutes. And Ray says he's been a fan since 1986. Yeah. Finally, cannot defend the indefensible facts of what we will see. But again, guys, there are 38 games in the season. This is what, our ninth or 10th game in the Premier League. We've not hit a third, not even half. Cross the ball in for no sake in crossing. Oh, but my last point. So we've got Kieran Tierney, who has been an absolute revelation when he has played. I was at the Standard Liège game when he played. The guy crossing the ball. and so many players were on almost at the on the end of those crosses there. So you can't say to me that we're crossing the ball just for the sake of crossing the ball. There has to be players who are mindful and brave enough to bust the gut and get into the penalty area to be on the end of those crosses there. Oh, okay. Last few. Chambers put in at least 20 crosses that resulted in nothing. But again, you can't blame. It's not it's the players. It's the attackers who have to be on the end of the cross. You can't blame Unai Emery for that. I'm not sure whether you're blaming Unai Emery, but guys, listen. I'm gonna have to call it a quits because it's almost been going for an hour. I didn't think I'll go on for this long, but I'm just as Mahir said, I'm personally I'm heartbroken, really really heartbroken, more heartbroken than upset, and a fan for 40 odd years, seen some barren times, and I guess why I don't take it too I don't take it too serious, but I don't get so upset like I used to in the past. If you see the first videos we used to do on Cannon 4 TV when we were called um, Arsenal Republic, I almost forgot the name there. You would have seen a lot of ranting and raving where I thought, I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. You know what I mean? So it's football. We're passionate because we want our team to play. We want them to bust the guts, to die for the badge of Arsenal. But it's not happening. So I don't want to preempt anything. Who knows what's going on in Unai Emery's head? Who knows? Nobody knows apart from Unai Emery. So I'm not going to start this narrative of Emery out, Mourinho in, or whoever in. That's not my way. That hasn't been my way since I started supporting Arsenal. Arsenal traditionally have not been a club to sack managers or coaches so quickly, apart from Bruce Rioch. And he signed one of the greatest players at Arsenal in Dennis Bergkamp. No, it wasn't Arsene Wenger. It was Bruce Rioch. So that said, I'm going to call it quits. And to all of you who came into the chat this evening, so late at night, I know it must have been very, very late in South Africa, but my brother, thank you. As everybody else who came in, I want to say a big thank you. And as I always say, there can never, ever be a Cannon for TV if we don't have subscribers, people coming into the chat, people debating, viewers, followers on Twitter. It's down to you guys that Cannon for TV exists on this platform here. But just by chance, if you were wondering, and you are new to Cannon for TV, and you're wondering who or what you've been watching, you have been watching Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over the world. Quite literally, breaking news.